Well, good morning and welcome to what is hopefully going to be today's video. Of course, I am Ryland Parrott, and it has been months since I've attempted a YouTube video, or actually posted a YouTube video, I guess you could say, due to the fact that I may be a poor angler amongst many other things. However, it is May 3rd today, and that means we are 2 days away from the open air fishing in southern Saskatchewan. So I decided to drive to southern Manitoba to the beautiful Lake Metagosh. Wow, what a view that is, hey? I did bring my drone, which of course does not fly very well in wind and rain, I've learned so far this morning. So I don't have any sort of cool professional YouTuber shots. However, I do have a chest camera and one a little bit iffy tripod. So that is what we're gonna roll with today. I'm going to get everything ready and hopefully meet you once the sun breaks, and we will see if there are even fish here already in the early spring stages at Lake Metagosh. Okay, camera gear is now set up. As you can see, we've got the most sketchy cameraman ever. This GoPro is not waterproof, and either is that charging device. So hopefully we are going to stay calm and not allow my emotions to get the best of me and to sink my homemade cameraman there. However, we are hopefully even going to catch a fish, which may or may not happen, but there is the first cast of the day. It should be instantly. If they're in here, please let there be fish in here, please. I don't have a backup plan, and I am 3 hours from home. Okay, bobber under immediately. First fish of the day, first fish of the day. What is it? And it is a beautiful big bluegill. And as you could see, that took 3 seconds. And there is nobody else around, so I probably shouldn't be talking so loud saying that this is the best bluegill fishery in the world. However, we will take it. Sorry for the rip in my pants that happened this morning while jumping out of my truck. So a little bit of user error and maybe an amateur move, but first fish of the day means good things. Get that fish right back in the water. Bluegill number 1. So as I said earlier, I'm using a slip bobber setup, which is a pretty generic setup, and I forgot all fluorocarbon. So luckily these fish, or that fish anyway, did not seem too scared of this 5-pound braid, but a small tungsten and a worm is just the absolute ticket. Bait fishing is not a hard thing to do. However, I can't really do hard things angling wise as it seems lately. So I'm going to take this simple bait fishing approach to these fish. But for a crappie, I may have to go into a plastic bait or something else to get away from all these bluegill, which hopefully I will catch. But that is what I'm going to stick with for now, and hopefully find the elusive 11-inch bluegill that may roam in these waters before anybody else gets to them. Okay, let there be the one. I'm making a far cast just to try to stay away from the dock. Not that these fish are probably that people shy, but I just want to stay away from everything the best I can. As you can tell, it's not like I'm making a 70-yard cast. It's about a 15-yard cast across this whole canal. And no fish. Okay, I'm gonna try to move my bait maybe just a little bit. That also does not seem to work. Is there only one bluegill in the whole canal today? Do not tell me that that's the case. Okay, I'm gonna do a slow steady retrieve, maybe let that bait sink again. Maybe I'll find a crappie doing a retrieve approach compared to just letting a bait stand still. Oh no. Pressure is on. Things are not happening after that first fish of the morning. Things are not doing so well now. So now, as you can see, my bobber is in the middle of the canal. Oh, it's under. Oh, come on. Oh, all that talk for naught. There are fish in the middle of the canal. And it does seem to be another nice bluegill. Wow, the average size this morning seems to be there with this monster bluegill. Obviously my Detroit area or Minnesota area friends would probably kill for a bluegill that size. I'm acting like it's a 12-incher, but it's probably only 9-inch. However, like you can say, for being in Manitoba, being able to catch bluegill this size is extremely difficult to beat, especially when I say you've got the whole spot to yourself. So there we have fish number 2, which leads me to my next point on targeting bluegill. As if you could see, that took quite a while for that bobber to go under. So I'm now going to hopefully show that you always don't need to make that far Hail Mary cast Sometimes you can literally cast just on the edge of these docks where these crappies are hiding. Kevin Van Dam style cast that was. Hopefully I caught that on my chest cam. As you can see, bobber sinking. There's definitely a fish happening on that instantly. There's the bobber moving. Fish on, right on that dock. Oh wow, that is not a great representation, and that is not what I was expecting after that absolutely Hall of Fame style cast. However, a fish is a fish, especially when this is my first open water trip of the year. Oh my gosh, that took some skill to get that fish to not hit the dock. Take care of the fish. Okay, there we go. On that little tiny piece of worm, another big bluegill, which is just crazy. They like to do that torpedo. That is a literal, like, beautiful bluegill. Anywhere you go in the Midwest region in the States and they catch them off a dock, by me, shows in Manitoba especially that quite literally anybody can come here and do it, which is fun. Bring your kids, bring your family, whatever it may be. Bring your one angler that is just terrible at fishing within your friend group, because surely they can catch a fish here. Okay, this may be a bigger fish. Get me out of that dock, get me out of that dock, get me out of that dock. Okay, be a crappie, be a crappie. Frickin' another bluegill. Okay, well, as you can see, that is literally a giant bluegill. At that, I should probably bump board that fish because that's likely close to 10-inch bluegill. But as you can see, just casting a random area along these docks, and eventually you just know that you will catch a giant like this. This is actually probably one of my biggest bluegill. As you can see, beautiful dark fins and just a true giant. I'm gonna get this fish in the water. I'm gonna claim that that's a 10-incher. Probably not, but if I just hold it to the camera close enough, I can say it's a 10-incher, which just helps my ego that much more. We're gonna get this fish right back in the water. Wow, what a clean release. Probably gonna get ate by pike, but hopefully not. So now, after obviously sorting through so many bluegill with that slip bobber and worm setup, I'm going to change up and go to a small plastic, which I will show you, and I'm going to fan cast this area and hopefully search for a giant crappie, a possible giant bullhead which swim these waters, or another giant bluegill like that, which I will take. But definitely switching up to the plastic is likely going to benefit my chances of catching a giant crappie. So that is what I'll be back with, and we will see if I know what I'm talking about and can get it done. Okay, I'm now back. Things have become slightly more professional. I do now have a bump board, so I can't be said I'm lying about these bluegill size or crappie size that I'm hopefully going to catch on this plastic. This is a 2.2-inch Frostbite Mini Slayer. I have used this quite a bit already today, and I just didn't have cameras rolling because I didn't want to seem like a fool and not being able to catch anything on them. But I do promise you, they do crush fish. And I do have some clips from my chest camera, which I will roll if now the fish becomes camera shy. But like I say, I've only got like, I don't know, 2 feet or something to that bobber stop down to this ball of juiciness, which will hopefully entice some more crappie than bluegill, but we will see. And hopefully see on the very first cast. There's my chest camera. Oh, this is big. 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 Okay, okay, be a giant crappie. Oh, that's a big bluegill. Okay, so again, cannot tell me that that is not a giant bluegill on the Mini Slayer, which is literally living up to its name, slaying bluegill and crappie of all sizes, including this giant one, which I cannot seem to unhook. That's just how much these fish love that bait. Do I sound like a rep yet? Right here. As you can see, that Mini Slayer is literally, he doesn't even want to let go of it. That's how good it tastes for these giant fish. Right there, giant bluegill though. I'm going to throw this fish on the board, make things legit. And there you have a legit 10-inch bluegill caught on the Mini Slayer. Can't even lip them because I don't know how to be a proper angler and give that cool lip hold. But right there, giant bluegill, 10-inch bluegill. Let big fish go, because all fish matter, except if you're like a 10-inch crappie, then you're going straight to the crease. But there you have a 10-inch bluegill. Was that good? I don't think that was a great ending. Please, fish gods, give me a big crappie. that would just make my day. Okay, under, bobber under, tiny bluegill again. I cannot believe this. Well, I did move docks, if you can't tell, and maybe that's my problem, but I just wanted to stay away from people and things going on. Don't want to make a total scene trying to film and people watch this angling performance that you are witnessing at home, which I'm very thankful that you're watching. So thank you to any viewer that's on here. Probably only my mom, but still, hi Mom. Okay, that's a bite. Oh, it's another better fish. Oh, this is a crappie, I'm onto something. If it's a crappie, I'm onto something. Okay, well no, it's not a crappie, but it is another big bluegill. I have yet to use this net, so I'm just gonna pretend like I'm a professional fisherman by using the net. Oh, did I get the shot? Wow, professional angling at its finest, and also bluegill fishing at its finest with yet another, oh my gosh, the net's gone. So much for being so professional. But here we have another big fat bluegill unhooked. How long are these fish actually? Okay, so 9 inches, so still a beautiful fish, and that one earlier was definitely bigger. So, oh no, come back buddy. A bit of a twitch retrieve. This is meet up on the spot. I'm going to trademark this twitch retrieve crappie. If I catch a crappie on this twitch retrieve, it's all my idea, people. Oh my gosh. Okay, be a crappie. It is. Right? Literally is. Okay. Twitch retrieve, people. I am telling you, Ryland Parrot just created that. Hopefully, I'm just gonna say I did. That just seems way cooler. And it is probably like a 9-incher or something. It is a 10.5. Perfect eater on the Twitch retrieve. So maybe I'm on to something with that. That better have been caught on camera. But right there, that's my 5th eater. So I'm not gonna keep any more until the very end of the day because I don't want to have 6 crappie and then one dies, or you know the whole spiel. So 5th crappie in the bucket, and hopefully the Twitch retrieve is going to explode in the crappie number. Well, good evening and welcome back to Ryland's Kitchen. Unfortunately, this afternoon we had some crazy rainstorms happening and it destroyed all my footage, which is obviously not ideal, but what is ideal is some great fresh fish. So as you can see, I'm totally ready to go. I've got my grandpa's shoes on, which has just got me in a dad cooking mood. I'm not sure if I should give any filleting advice because I already butchered my finger, as you can see right here. But enough talking, and we will now proceed to the filleting board, where we do have this beautiful, large bluegill. Come a little closer, cameraman. We're gonna get a nice shot here. Shout out Cuda knives. Best knives on the market. Not even sure that's what they're called. But anyway, lift the fin as so. Right under the gill, a little bit savage. Ouch, stung me again. Down here. Okay, please allow this to be a good fillet here. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. That's the first time I've cleaned a fish properly. Right there. Absolute perfection. What do you think, cameraman?
Great job.
Great job. Okay. Be positive. That's today's quote of the day. Be positive, no matter what you're feeling. Okay, same thing on other side. Okay, we can definitely just zoom this on fast forward. This is great. Oh my gosh, what a clean fillet. Wow. Nice close up. Professional. Okay, so my afternoon was quite crappy, but now I'm feeling much better that we're at home in the warm. Okay, we are finally now back in the kitchen and it is 11:30, so I'm gonna get directly to the point on one of my favorite ways to cook panfish. A few essentials is Cajun fish seasoning. This stuff is absolutely super simple, but super deadly. Big plug there. Seasoning salt and lemon pepper. This is Shore Lunch approved. It's already ready to go right there, and I'm going to get it straight in the grease as we speak. First piece. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So, now that things are going good, this may or may not be my second time attempting this, but look at that, just crispy goodness approaching. Well, now that things are slightly more under control, how deadly does that look? Especially when they were just swimming mere hours ago. They are now hopefully going to be ready if I can find my flipper. Maybe I'll get a good thumbnail like this. What you don't want your chef to look like if you're eating fish at a restaurant. But now, as you can see, we are just deadly. First things first, shut the stove off so I do not leave that on and burn the house down. But as you can see, both sides are just perfectly crisp. I'm going to throw those on the plate, and we are now ready to rumble on some fresh bluegill. If I can get this last one out of the plate. Just perfect. Are you kidding me? And just because I'm in such a good mood and no longer a crappie mood, I am now going to add a few Oreos onto that. So no, if you do end up coming to Tasman Lake Lodge, that will not be what you have to eat for shore lunch, and I will do something a little better for you. But I'm going to now enjoy those fish. I thank you guys all so much for watching that angling / cooking performance. And if you've never checked out Lake Metagosh in Manitoba's southern region, I strongly suggest you do. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and I can't wait to show you what's coming next.